This intriguing story follows the double life of a billionaire husband who is not real. He's a dream novelist who lives in a world of his own making, far away from the public eye. He keeps his true identity hidden for fear of judgment and ridicule by outsiders. He never shares his true thoughts and feelings and rarely socializes with anyone. He spends most of his evenings alone in his lavish mansion, dreaming of building a better life than what he has. He ensures that all his activities are kept secret from the outside world. His alter ego is extravagantly wealthy and spends away the cash without a worry in the world. He makes sure that his steep lifestyle isn't questioned by any third party. His luxurious lifestyle includes expensive cars, bouquets of roses, and a private jet to go wherever he pleases. He can easily rub shoulders with the elite and dine with the most influential people. Although his life may seem perfect from an outsider's perspective, beneath the facade is a person hiding in plain sight. He knows that he doesn't fit in and keeps a low profile to avoid detecting attention. It isn't easy for him to make and maintain friends outside his insulated world of privilege. He would rather stay as far away from possible social engagements and always wear a mask of aloofness whenever needed. Despite the lack of intimacy, he is still able to make meaningful connections with people who appreciate his industry magnate lifestyle. His friendly and generous persona captivates women and makes them swoon over his wealth. Although he's surrounded by surface-level acquaintances, deep down his soul seeks an emotional connection that's impossible to find. He is unfulfilled by his mundane life and craves for a real love. In his moments of loneliness he finds solace in books, watching movies or playing computer games. However, he can never quite reclaim the genuine joy of life in the sea of wealth. Every morning he wakes up to an unfulfilling life, but instead of doing something, he'd rather just sleep it away. It is quite fascinating how instead of enjoying the riches that he attained, he hides away in his self-made prison. He works hard to protect his wealth and carefully avoids any bad publicity and scandals. He is handsome, successful, and yet he chooses to remain unknown instead of living the life of a celebrity. Some days he isolates himself from the world and escapes into fantasy novels. Here, he can experience new life experiences and challenge his assumptions without any fear of judgment. He became a storyteller of his own imagination, and his only wish was to put his stories into the world and to make people believe in the impossible. He wanted to believe that love conquered all. His life just exists, not really living, more like endured. He yearns for a passionate romance and a connection on a deeper level, but each time he attempts to pursue one, he retreats back in his lavish life. Consists of many superficial acquaintances, but deep down he is an outsider and looking in. He might end up reading about happily ever afters, but he yearns to experience it himself. Behind the money and success he feels empty and contemplates if money will ever fill the void that he feels in his heart. His wealth only provides a cheap substitute to overcome his insecurities and fails to truly connect him with a genuine human connection. Despite visiting all the destinations, there's no resonating why or purpose behind his travels. He's searching for something he can't find. He's trying to desperately cling on to something real, but struggles to capture any sort of meaningful relationship. He isolates and cocoons himself away from the world, despite finding himself in the glitz and glamour of his life. He has wealth to fill his space but feels lacking when it comes to emotional fulfillment. He is successful, driven, and accomplished, but his emptiness still lingers like a cloud, constantly blocking his ability to be truly happy. He can buy status and success, but there's no way to buy genuine friendship or love. So he continues to search many opportunities to let himself be freely loved, but due to his overwhelming feeling of loneliness, and loneliness has stopped him from getting close to anyone. He is holding himself back from being truly happy. His billionaire's lifestyle can easily distract him from his deeper issues, but he can never escape it entirely. His voracious appetite for more can never be completely satisfied, and he finds himself in a relentless search for deeper meaning. He manages to get away with his double life, but at what cost? He's constantly exhausted, overwhelmed, and depleted from trying to maintain his fake life. He knows he can never keep up with this charade forever, and he must one day confront the truth. Will he be able to overcome his fear of rejection and open up to someone who can truly see him and accept him for who he really is? The double life of the billionaire husband is far more complicated than the glossy facade he maintains. He is living his dream life but feels trapped inside his own head and desires genuine connections but has failed to find it so far.